Hi, it's Ant here. Welcome to the channel. Just want to introduce, which is already on my channel, a Kinetic Flywheel apparatus I put together years ago, 20 years ago. And I've been using ChatGPT lately because I thought, such a powerful tool. So I asked it about the efficiency of this apparatus here. And I put this back together as I demonstrated 20 years ago in St. Asaph Technium to some people, academics, and they were fascinated. At first they just said, oh, it's a gyro, doesn't do anything. But in this next part of the video, you'll see two parts of the video. One is it running on a 1.2 volt battery, and on the amp meter, it has what we call 50% duty cycle, so it's a kind of square wave input. So as the torque from this gyro flywheel spinning round, it allows it to, I'm not a physicist, but allows it to have an efficiency. I asked ChatGPT, I said basically, work the efficiency out of a flywheel that weighs 80 mil, 465 grams in weight. It's spinning a minimum 800 RPM, minimum 800 RPM, with an input of 300 milliwatts. And it's come back with an efficiency of 99.8%. Now I know this flywheel can run faster than that, but I just thought put low figures in. And when I put figures, I think this is running at 1200 to 1500 RPM. It says it's over 100% efficient. Now that's impossible. And the laws of thermodynamics and everything else, yes, I understand. I'm not trying to con anyone here, but for years, I just think there's something in this. I made a very big version of this, and it's quite scary. And this is only a little tiny thing, 800 mil. The one I put together was 300 mil years and years and years ago. And I just believe with all this wave tidal energy, solar, wind farms, nuclear, it's worth an explore. I'm going to put on GoFundMe, I think. I've attempted a few things on GoFundMe, and unless you're really, really pushing on social media, GoFundMe is great, but you really got to use all your time, effort and energy to promote it as well. So in the meantime, I'm a landscaper, I'm an IT guy, I run 2 jobs, 2 companies, try and make a living, try and pay the bills that we've all got. So I'm pretty grounded, to be honest. And I certainly haven't got the funds to put behind this. Whether there's something here or not, I don't know. But, I've asked ChatGPT many times with many different scenarios, and it keeps on saying, I've got all the reports, it says it's either it's an extremely efficient device or it's an over efficient device. So I just brushed my teeth. So I'll upload this with 2 parts of this video crudely put together. This running under 1.2 volts. I've got the amp meter here. I've been running it through, and as it's running, it will go up and down from 110 milliwatts to 350 milliwatts as this is bouncing backwards and forwards with the torque that this is producing to sustain the RPM. I think in academic hands and scientific hands, it'd be quite interesting. Or someone who's, willing to have a little punt in making a larger, a better engineered version of this. Because this is, my 3D printers, they last for 3 years, 3 years of having a 3D printer. Looking at getting a new one now, the latest FS Sun, because they're just absolutely time compression tools, basically. So I'd normally have to wait months and months to get anything done on this. It'd be months and months of waiting and haggling and saving up, hence why it's taken so long to do. But recently I just thought I'd resurrect it, and I got it working again, as in the video you're going to see in a second. So thanks for viewing. Any comments, appreciate it. I did put it on another YouTube channel years ago. I think I've had 35,000 hits on it. Loads of comments, but it's old now. It's 2005. I put it there as a line in the sand to say, look, I did invent this, and this is when I did invent it. So it's 2005, been on YouTube all that time. So yeah, thanks for viewing. Cheers guys and girls, thank you. Just another update, just another part of this video, just quickly. A lot of people say, yeah, okay, Ant, but what is it? And I just want to just throw it out there that I think this is a kinetic energy battery of sorts. I believe that if this is over efficient, then claiming that 1% back over annuity, 2%, 3% into a capacitor, you're effectively charging up. So a large scale of this, you could charge a bank, batteries, you could store tidal energy. In effect, it's effectively a battery in a mechanical sense. And like I said, I think the larger this goes, the more impressive it's going to be. It's a very, very simple gadget. It's a very, very simple bit of apparatus. I'm a mad scientist. Mad inventor. Just love inventing different stuff. I'm always coming up with stuff every week, every day if I can. There's always something that pops up in your head. But this one I just keep going back to. So yes, second part. There's another part of this video just quickly. But yeah, this is a kinetic battery, if anyone's asking what this is and what could it be used for. And I just think you could create a bit of the energy off, put it into a capacitor, put it into a battery, and that's what needs investigating really, whether or not that's achievable. Even if it's 99.9% efficient, I don't think there's anything 99.9% efficient or anywhere near that. So there you go, thank you. One more thing about this video, again, sorry for chopping this all up, but I can alter the timing as well with this oscillation, and I've come up with some ideas of having, well, I've got ideas to how to time this on the fly while it's running. So if I switch that on, life's all about the universe, everything's all about timing. Engines, I love engines, I'm a massive petrol head. It's all about timing, everything's about timing. And basically, once this gyro starts to go, it gets a certain RPM. If with the same input, you change the timing of this without any circuitry, this is just using a double throw, double pole switch, nothing else. I've built circuits in the past. I had a friend called Peter from Storm Power, and he made me some impressive circuits with regen on it and everything. I've got all those circuits still. Spent a fortune getting those sorted out at the time. This is years ago, and basically I went to a double throw, double pole, the most simple on-off reverse circuit you could possibly get, and it just works. So I can actually change the timing here. So when you start the gyro, the slower and the bigger the oscillation, that sustains the RPM. And then you can change the oscillation, and you get to a certain RPM, it increases the RPM, then it starts, the flywheel starts to increase the RPM, and it's all to do with this timing and torque. And the same here, if you change, obviously the leverage you've got there with that, this is a sail arm servo, loads of torque. Again, you can change loads of parameters here, which changes all the dynamics of this flywheel. So there's another part of the video as well. One more thing, just to add to the video. You're probably thinking, oh no, another thing. Just one more thing is, I need to show you, I did put, I've got loads of these flywheels, some no magnets, some with magnets, some with half the flywheel is north, half the flywheel is south pole magnets. I think I remember doing a whole magnet. I think I paid for a firm, I can't remember now, but it was the whole thing was a magnet. So obviously the poles were north and south naturally in the ball itself, the flywheel. And what I did is make little coils, and I had a pickup, and you know, back then I didn't have a 3D printer, so I couldn't just make a fixture in 3 minutes and put the thing in, but I actually made a pickup coil that was generating AC energy off this at a bridge rectifier to DC energy. And yeah, I was getting millivolts off it. I think I was getting volts off it, but then you got eddy currents, and eddy currents come into play, and then that starts to put a drag on the flywheel. So really, this is what I'm saying about the efficiency. If the thing, obviously I've got to make more than 1.2 volts and 1 milliamp, blah, 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 you know, at the end of the day, this is what needs exploring, really, I think. But the efficiency is one thing, but it's how to get energy off this. Even if it was 100% efficient, if it's 101%, is to get that 1%. And one way another thing, just remembering, I did explore is just creaming off the RPM a little bit to the point where it's not going to stall, but it reduces it down by a few hundred RPM, and then allow the rig to build back up to the RPM it was at, and then repeat the process again. So it's another sine wave, a square wave way of taking the energy back out of it as well. Anyway, I'm going to add this to the video as well, because just people are wondering what those are for. And I've also got a laser tachometer, and I've got a whole black version of this, which I did with the special pickup strip as well. So people are thinking, well, how does he know what RPM you've got, or the laser's bouncing off the magnets, or the silver part. I did have a matte black version just to prove that as well. I'll have to dig that out really, but again, I've got a laser tachometer, and that's which is years old, but that's how I know what the kind of RPM this is running. Okay, cheers. I'd like to just add, imagine if that flywheel was a Neom Magnet, a very powerful Neom Magnet spinning around at that RPM. What if?